Relationships and feelings in general can be pretty messy, to say the least. I mean, if you've ever had a crush on somebody, then I think you'd have a pretty good understanding of what it means to have your brain in a jumble of emotions and just be an entire dumpster fire of feelings and hormones and crying. And yeah, sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it kind of leaves your heart a little bit broken. But that's kind of exactly what we're going to be talking about. So let's get into it while we watch this cute little Valentine's Day speed paint. I have no other Valentine's ideas, so I decided I'm gonna make this video and just ramble, and let's see if you guys like my ramblings. Let's start by talking about when you first get a crush. Sometimes you don't even know if you have a crush, right? Like, it kind of starts off as like, oh, you know what, that person's kind of like interesting. Like, I kind of like them, you know? I remember one of my first crushes, I think it was in elementary school, which, you know, it's elementary school. Like, I don't think it's that serious, but my heart is still kind of broken over some stuff that happened, but I'll get into that right now, I guess. So basically, there was this one kid, this boy, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was really freaking cute, and I really liked him, and so I kind of just told my friends, I kind of like this guy. And you want to know how it happened, actually? We were in line in the gym, and my friends just, you know, us little girls being little girls, asked each other, hey, do you have a crush on anybody? Who do you have a crush on? Like, oh my god, you know, let me know, bestie, tell me. And so one of my friends asked, hey, Dolzor, who do you have a crush on? And me, being the little wise little creature I am, I didn't answer. And by the way, to this day, I still don't tell anybody if I'm crushing on anybody. I don't trust anybody. Anyways, I didn't want to tell my friend who I was crushing on. So she asked, okay, I'm gonna say some names, and you're gonna say no if it is the person, and you're gonna say yes if it's not the person. So I don't know if that was like reverse psychology. I mean, it was coming from like a what? It's 7-year-old, 8-year-old. So I don't even know if you could call it reverse psychology, but it was like one of those silly little things. So she listed off a bunch of names. I said yes. But once she got to the name of my crush, I guess I got kind of a little excited, and I was like, okay, maybe I do want to tell somebody about this. And so I said no. And she was like, and I was like, oh, and I didn't expect her to tell anybody, right? And then bam, he found out. And I don't even remember how, but he found out that I liked him because I think somebody told him, and it was such a sad story after that too, because, well, it wasn't sad because he did end up reciprocating feelings, or like being like, okay, yeah, but here's the sad part. He told me, well, I can't date because my mom doesn't want me to date. Like, you know, little kids being little kids. Little kids shouldn't be dating in elementary school, at least I don't think so. And, you know, my mom didn't want me to, like, be dating or have a little boyfriend in elementary school either. So I was like, okay, I get it. So since we're gonna go to the same middle school, we can just become boyfriend and girlfriend then. And then high five, bam, yeah, we agreed on that. And I distinctly remember, he did like a little fist bump up in the air and said yes. And it was so damn cute, and we were so happy. But guess what? I switched school districts that same year. And by the way, I did not have my own cell phone at this time, so... And I don't think he did either, or any social media, because, you know, children! So I wasn't able to tell him that I was switching school districts, so guess what? I never saw him again after that, until, like, a couple of years ago, I somehow found his Instagram account, and, I said hi, and like, you know, it's been years, like obviously I don't have the same feelings as I did in elementary school, and it was just so wholesome, getting to catch up a little bit, you know, it was just wholesome. He has a girlfriend now, which is like, hell yeah, pop off, dude, and it just really makes me think that, like, wow, people really change so much over the years, as from children to adults, and just, it's crazy how different people live their lives and how crazy life gets and stuff, you know, just in general, like not just in the sense of relationships, but just how different people's paths turn out. I wouldn't consider that crush my most serious crush. I feel like my most serious crush has gotta be Sebastian from Black Butler. I'm just kidding. Actually, you know what? Did I ever explain what it's like to have a crush? Okay, so you just get really excited to see someone and you like feel like little butterflies in your tummy. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, right? But it's true. It's true. Like you want to smile around them. You want them to look at you. You want to spend time with them. You want to like accidentally touch hands. It's so cute. It's adorable, you know? So that was kind of the case with this one kid in my arts class, and like we would smile at each other in the hallways, and it was so cute. It sucks because I kind of regret not saying anything or not saying like, hey, I have a crush on you or whatever. Then again, he never did either. I could just kind of like sense that like maybe he did kind of like me because we would exchange those smiles every now and then. And I think it was kind of confirmed because he got a girlfriend in middle school, and once he got a girlfriend, he stopped doing those he stopped giving me those smiles. It was so sad, but like, oh my god, I was kind of heartbroken a little bit. But you know what? Can't really be heartbroken if there wasn't actually anything there to begin with. But yeah, so anyway, he also has a girlfriend now. It's a totally different girlfriend now, but like, again, happy for him. And it's just, again, like, I wonder what kind of person he is now, you know? And it just really makes me think about, wow, it's just really cute because once you see somebody is in a relationship, somebody who you used to have a crush on and they used to have a crush on you. I'm not talking about exes, right? Like specifically, that's a whole other thing, but just like childhood crushes like that. It's just, there's something so wholesome, but like kind of bittersweet about it. Cause like you think at some point you thought about if you were to be dating them and now you see them happy in their own relationship and then you're sitting there like, oh, I haven't found anybody yet, but that's okay because I love myself more than anybody else could ever love me. I'm not egotistical. I'm just, you know what? Actually, that's probably a good goal to have. Find somebody who loves you as much as you love yourself and who respects you as much as you should be respecting yourself. I'm not saying to find somebody who's like obsessed with you to the point of like murder, but just find somebody who respects you and is down to earth or whatever, and you know, a good person. Elementary school crushes and middle school crushes, those are like kind of different types of things, you know? And at this point, I don't even know if I'm like talking about relationships, but it's still like kind of Valentine's theme, so it's okay. It's like lovey-dovey feelings. It's whatever. So high school, I feel like that's where most people actually start dating. And that's, let's be honest, that's probably the point where people should be dating. Or not should be, but like, compared to middle school and elementary school, that's the best point in like your time at school where you could be dating someone, I think. Aside from college though. My very first actual boyfriend was in high school. I don't remember what year, but I just saw them and I was like, we're going to date. Before we even started actually talking or becoming friends, I had it set in my mind, we're going to date. Law of attraction, it works. But it was really cute. I mean, because what I did, I started like trying to, because it's like, I don't even want to call it a honeymoon phase because at that point, literally nothing's happened. Like you just see somebody and you think they just look so cute and you want to get to know them more. And then after that, it's like, you kind of get to know them more and it's adorable. So I saw them and I was like, okay, I feel like we could be a pretty good couple. I like your vibes. So I'm gonna try to talk to you. Like I didn't even actually know anything about their personality. But I just decided, you know what? That's something about me personally. I feel like I'm pretty good at picking up vibes and like picking up whether or not me and someone will get along based on, I guess, first interactions. You know, I don't know. Is that a normal thing? Am I just delusional or what? But anyway, so we started talking. I was like kind of shy around them at first, but then like I kind of like, you know, weaseled my way in. I don't want to say weasel because like I wasn't doing anything sneaky, but I was just talking to them more and just, you know, yeah. And so they started reciprocating feelings towards me back and it was like, okay, yay! And then we started dating. And then, yeah, and then we broke up. Okay. We didn't break up right away. We broke up after like a couple of years. Like, you know, stuff happened. By the way, I feel like the point in your relationship when you should be getting cautious is if you see somebody else making advances towards them and like you getting a feeling that your partner has interest in somebody else who is also expressing interest in them, you know? That's kind of an obvious thing, right? And like, it's nothing that I could really prove. But essentially we broke up because I was paranoid about that. So let me explain why I was paranoid about that. So basically we were at the point in our relationship where it kind of felt like they weren't as interested in me as they used to be, and kind of the same with me too, you know? When I saw that they and their other friend were really hanging out a lot more, I just kind of got the suspicion that, okay, maybe that's why they don't have as strong of feelings for me. And I'll be honest, I did not vocalize that as best as I should have. I mean, it was my first relationship. I I had no experience with that kind of stuff. I didn't react the best as I should have. And honestly, I feel like that was a huge learning experience. The straw that broke the camel's back was when they were giving a ride to the person I was suspecting, and then they posted a picture on their Instagram or whatever with like a heart, and like you could obviously tell it was them giving her a ride. So like it kind of makes sense why I was so upset, because they didn't like my reaction when I asked them about it. When I asked them, hey, like, does this heart that they put with a picture of you in it and your car, does that mean anything? And I don't even remember how I phrased it, but like, again, I probably didn't even phrase it the best. So they took that as me being like hostile, essentially, and so we broke it off there. They ended up dating that same person like 2 weeks after we broke up anyway, so it's like, yeah, I'm really happy I don't behave like that anymore. It was a huge learning opportunity, and it really taught me about how to talk to people, or like talk to my significant other if I have concerns like that, you know, because you should have trust in your partner. You shouldn't feel like they're trying to hide things from you, or like not want to tell you things. If you get the feeling that your partner isn't interested in you as much as they were, and they're more interested in somebody else, then at that point you should break it off or talk to them. So that's just another part of what I think can happen in some relationships. You know, honestly, I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason. And I feel like if it hadn't ended there, I wouldn't have been able to grow myself more as a person. I wouldn't have taken the time to deal with my own feelings and understand how to handle them better, how to control them. Like jealousy, I feel like everybody gets jealous, but since that was my first relationship, I didn't really know how to express the jealousy that I had, or how to healthily talk about it. So I would kind of honestly resort to going quiet and just kind of not talking to anybody when I would feel upset, which was a very bad way of dealing with it. So I admit that was kind of toxic. So yeah, I would not recommend doing that. Instead, I recommend talking with your partner, having calm conversations with them. Don't bring your emotions into it. Just ask them for their honest opinion. If you feel like they're not being honest, and especially if you know they're not being honest, then it might be time to take a step back and, I don't know, recollect your thoughts and do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, the most important relationship is the relationship you have with yourself. It's nice to have a relationship with somebody else, but it will never be as important as your self-love is. A relationship adds to you. It doesn't make you whole. So yeah, that was kind of my little ramblings about relationships and stuff. I guess mini story times about my relationships. And, you know, I don't know. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know if you want to see more content like this. I've never made something like this, but I really like talking. I mean, you know, maybe I have kind of made something like this because I do stream, and not to like self-promo or anything. You know what? I'm talking on my channel. I can self-promo all I want. But yeah, I also talk a bunch on Twitch. TV, Duels or Draws, the link will be there in the description, but I haven't done an actual narration over a Speedpaint, so let's see how you guys enjoy this. Thank you guys so heckin' much for watching, and look at this cute little piece of art right there. Fun fact, it wasn't originally supposed to be a Valentine's art, it was just supposed to be like a cute Duels or art, but like for the purpose of this video, I kind of revamped it, so I don't know, maybe I half like clickbaited or whatever, but you know what, it's fine, it's whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a lovely time zone.